Okay, let's talk about, let's review the Cartesian coordinate system. You have your x-axis, you have your y-axis. This breaks your graph into 4 sections. There means there's 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1, we have positive x's, positive y's. That's why the notation here is plus plus. For quadrant 2, we have negative x's, positive y's. Therefore, the notation here is negative plus. Quadrant 3, negative x's, negative y's. Therefore, we have negative negative. Quadrant 4, we have positive x's, negative y's. Therefore, we have positive negative. Okay. To plot means to show the location of a point on your coordinate system. We have an ordered pair. X is the first coordinate, y is the second. We can obtain information from graphs about functions from the graph. From the right to the left of the graph, you can find closed dots, open dots, or arrows. Closed dot means include, open dot means don't include, arrow means continue. And that's what that's saying there. So let's look at a quick example here. We have just a simple graph. We have our axis values here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Categories 1, 2, 3, 4. And we want to ask ourselves a couple of questions. 1. Explain why f represents the graph of a function. Why is this a function graph? Well, remember, in order to tell if something is a function from its graph, we apply the vertical line test. So if I draw a vertical line on my function, or on my relation, I should say, I touch it one time, which means that, yes, this is a function. So this is a function because it passes the vertical line test. Okay? Next, use the graph to determine what is f of category 2. Again, to ask f of category 2 means what is the y value when x is category 2. Well, if I look here at my x is horizontal, right? Category 2. Scroll on up. What is my y value? It looks to be between 2 and 3. It looks to be about halfway between. So I'm going to say that f of category 2 is 2.5. Next, for what categories of f of x is the output? Output means y. What is the output value greater than 3.5? Strictly greater than. So let's go up to our graph. Let's go to 3.5, which is about here. Cut it across and say what categories are above that. Category 1 is. Category 3 doesn't count because it's right at 3.5, and this said strictly greater than, not greater than or equal. So strictly greater than. Category 3 doesn't count. Keep going, keep going. Category 4. So I have category 1 and category 4. Let's start looking at how to graph things. 2 distinct points determine a line. Okay, we can come up with 2 distinct points on any linear line simply by finding the intercepts. Well, to find the x-intercept, you let y be 0, and to find the y-intercept, you let x be 0. Let's find our intercepts. Okay, so for my x-intercept, I'm going to let y be 0. So I have 4x minus 3, not times y, but times 0 equals 12. This 3 times it goes away. So I have 4x equals 12. Continue. X equals 12 divided by 3, 12 divided by 4, which would give you 3. So that means I have an intercept here, right? I have a pair xy. My x is 3. My y I let be 0. So So I have the point 3, 0. Start at the origin, count over 3 for your x, and 0 means don't go anywhere up or down for your y, so plot your point. For the y-intercept, you let x be 0, so I have 4 times 0, because the x is 0, minus 3y equals 12. 4 is 0, that goes away. So I have a negative 3y equals 12. Continue. So y equals negative 4. Ordered pair, I get x, y. My x I let be 0. My y I got out to be negative 4. Start at the origin, go neither left nor right in the x direction because it is 0, but go negative 4, that means down 4. Plot your point. 2 points make a linear line, connect your dots. Let's look at another one. Okay, we want to again find our x-intercepts. Let y be 0. Find our y-intercept. Let x be 0. Okay, for our x-intercept, I'm going to let y be 0. So I have 3 times x plus 7 times 0 equals negative 12. 3x equals negative 12. So then that goes away. Continue. So x equals negative 4. So again, I have my ordered pair x, y. X, I got to be negative 4. Y, I let be 0. Start at the origin, go to negative 4 on your x, and plot your point because y is 0. For your y-intercept, we're going to let x be 0, so I have 3 times 0 plus 7y, negative 12. 3 times 0 goes away. 7y equals negative 12. Continue. Y equals negative 12 sevenths. Negative 12 sevenths. In order to plot this, what I want to do is I want to figure out, okay, well, what is that as a decimal? So I'm just going to just put it in my calculator. It's negative 1.7, 1.71, okay, roughly. Negative 1.71. So, again, ordered pair 0, x, y. I let the x be 0. I got the y to be negative 12 sevenths. So I'm going to go start at the origin. Don't go any direction in the x, but go down negative 1.71. So just eyeball it. 2 points make a straight line. Connect your dots.